Shalawam, 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 Yasharahla. Thawadah by Yasharahla is bringing out a few precepts through the spirit of Yahawah Yahawashi. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahawah, BahaSham, Yahawashi, we call Qadash. Just here through the spirit, I want to bring out a few precepts. I'm going to start 1 Thessalonians 5, starting from the top. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting from the top. And it reads, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For you yourself know perfectly that the day of Hamashiach shall cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Verse 4, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. If you're well grounded through the Spirit and the Word and the truth of the Most High God and Yahawashi, you should be able to read and see all these prophecies unraveling right in front of your eyes. That's how you can keep track of the times that we live in. Salakia. Okay, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Who's going to escape the wrath of the Most High? No one is, even Israel. The 2/3 and the ones that are living wickedly in this life, we're all going to have to face that face-to-face with the Most High and Yahawashi Mashiach. Verse 4, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that in that day should overtake you as a thief." Let's go to 2 Peter's. Next precept, 2 Peter's chapter 3, starting with the 4th verse. "And saying, where is the promise of the coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation." Verse 5, "For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahawah the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water." Verse 6, "Whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished." We all know the story of Noah. The Most High killed everybody on earth except the 8 that were on that ark. Verse 7, "But the heavens and earth which are now, and by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and the perdition of the ungodly men." Verse 8, "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day with the Hamashiach is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day." I'm going to drop down to 10. 2 Peter 3, verse 10, "But the day of Hamashiach will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." 2 Peter 3, verse 10, "But the day of the Hamashiach will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise." What's that great noise? When the thermonuclear missiles hit Babylon, this wicked-ass land. "And the elements," what are the elements? Everything. Houses, cars, buildings, structures, bridges, everything's going to burn with fervent heat. "And the earth also and the works that are therein shall burn up." I mean, that's cut and dry. Nuclear destruction is coming to Babylon. I'm going to drop down to verse 15, 2 Peter 3, verse 15. "And account that the long suffering of Hamashiach is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul also according to the wisdom given unto him has written unto you. If you view one of the other videos I have, that all the writings that Paul, the epistles and letters that Paul wrote were to the Israelites in a Gentile state of mind. You can view that video. Verse 16, 2 Peter 3 and 16. As in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood. That's why there's so much confusion as far as Paul's writing. But through the spirit of BahaSham, Yahawashi is for a reason. Everything for a reason. Which they that are unlearned and unstable wrestle. They that are unlearned and unstable, vocab Malone, unlearned. He should be asking for his money back because he got hoodwinked. He's paying and he has no knowledge of the Bible whatsoever. G-Man, another one. All you so-called false prophets out there speaking with the words of the Most High, if you're not Israel, you're unlearned and unstable. That's why you wrestle with the scriptures. I'm going to continue, verse 16. As they do the other scriptures unto their own destruction. 2 Peter 3, verse 16. And also in his epistle, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, not to the true prophets of the Most High, because Amos lets us know that everything's going to reveal to his servants and the prophets. Everything. Nothing should come to pass without his prophets knowing what's going to come to pass. Hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable wrestle, as they also do the other scriptures unto what? Unto their own destruction. So all you scoffers and all you want to mock the prophets and the brothers out there pushing the truth and sincerity, you don't understand the scriptures. If you're not Israel, it's not given to you. It's only given to Israel. Psalms 147, 19 and 20, Psalm 78, 4 and 5. Go to Baruch, third chapter, I think the 35th, 36th verses. Only wisdom, knowledge, and understanding only given to Israel. Point blank and period. Salakia. It's only given to Israel. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, the 10th verse. 2 Corinthians 5, verse 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of the Hamashiach, that every one may receive things done in his body according to that he has done, whether it is good or bad. Read it again. 2 Corinthians 5, verse 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of the Hamashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he has done, whether it be good or whether it be bad. We're all going to have to be face to face with the Hamashiach Yahawashi. I'll precept that real quick. Go to Romans, just to precept that verse. Romans 14, verse 10. Romans 14, verse 10 reads, But why doest thou judge thy brother? Or why doest thou set at naught thy brother? For we shall all stand before the judgment seat of Hamashiach Yahawashi. There it is. Verse 11, For it is written, As I live, saith the Hamashiach, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to the Most High. So then, verse 12, So then every one of us shall give account of himself to the Most High. We're all going to have to go face to face with the Most High and Hamashiach Yahawashi. All praises. We're all going to have to go to it. Let's go to 1 Peter. 1 Peter 4, verse 17, starting at the 17th verse. 1 Peter 4, 17. 1 Peter 4:17 reads, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High." 1 Peter 4:17, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High." So Yasharahla, we're the ones being judged first. As you see, it's gonna happen to the islands of Puerto Rico and all the other parts of the lands of Israel, where we're dwelling here with the floods and the fires, and California now going through some power outage because of the fires and all this is going on. We're gonna be judged first. 1 Peter 4:17, "And it is first begins at us. What shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?" If we're out here pushing this truth of the Most High and the Hamashiach Yahawashi, imagine the ones that don't even believe. I'm going to read it again. 1 Peter 4:17, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, and it is first begins at us. What shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?" Verse 18, 1 Peter 4:18, "And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?" I'll tell you where they're going, to the lake of fire. That's where they're going, for turning their, not let's scoffing the men of the Most High, doing the evil works out here. Again, we're all going to have to be judged. All of us going face to face with the Most High and Hamashiach Yahawashi. Point blank and period. None of us going to be able to escape that. And I said it all begins with Israel. Let's go quickly to Amos, famous verse, Amos 9:9. Starts with Israel. "For lo," Amos 9:9, "For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel amongst all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sleeve. Yet shall not the least grain fall from the earth." Verse 10, "All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us." We'll read it again. Amos 9:10, "All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not prevent, shall not overtake nor prevent us." It all begins with Israel. You could precept that with Zechariah 13 and 18 verse. 2/3 of Israel is going to be put to death, and the 1/3 is going to be tried as silver and gold. That's just the way it is. It begins with us. Okay, that's Amos 9:9, talking about Israel. Let's go to 2 Peter. 2 Peter. I just don't want to make this video long. Just want to bring out the points that sudden destruction is coming to this land. 2 Peter 2, starting with the 4th verse. 2 Peter 2, verse 4, "If the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved into judgment." Verse 5, "And spared not the old world," again, "but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly." Verse 6, "And turned the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them as an example unto those that should live ungodly." He's the Most High. Everybody says they read the Bible. This Bible is a book of instructions. And he left us these records and as an example for us that are living right now in these times. But everybody says they know the Bible. If you're not Israel, it's not given to you. It's the book of the Israelites from Genesis to Revelation, point blank and period. Can't get around that. I'm gonna start again for the 5th verse. "And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the floods upon the whole world of the ungodly, and turned the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, and condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly." So all you wicked ass people out there, judgment, suddenly destruction cometh, point blank and period. Let's go to Second Thessalonians, starting with first chapter, 6th verse. 2 Thessalonians 1, starting at 6th verse. Read, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Again, 2 Thessalonians 1 verse 6, seeing that it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Verse 7, and to you who are troubled, rest with us when Hamashiach Yahawashi shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. Verse 8, and the flaming fire taking vengeance on them that know not God. So all you so-called atheists that say there is no God, you soon gonna feel his heat. Oh yes you are, that fervent heat. Verse 8, and flaming fire taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High, and that not obey the gospel of our Lord Hamashiach Yahawashi. Verse 9, who shall be punished with an everlasting destruction from the presence of Hamashiach and from the power of his glory. Tell you, people playing with fire, or you mockers and scoffers, and all you bringing out that mocking the brothers out there, pushing this truth out there, yeah, you're gonna have to come face to face, I'm telling you, with the Most High and the King, face to face. Let's go to the book of Job, talking about face to face. Let's go to the book of Job, the 21st chapter. Start at verse 30. Salakia. Job 21 verse 30 reads that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction, that they shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face? And who shall repay him what he have done? Who shall declare his way to his face? We're all going to have to face him face to face. We're all going to have to sit in that judgment seat with the Most High and our King, Yahawashi Mashiach. And for all you people that hate him, for all you people that's casting judgment on our brothers out there, false witness against our brothers out there, pushing the truth, it's not them that speak, it's the Spirit of our Father that speaketh within them. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7, verse 10. Deuteronomy 7, verse 10. And repayeth them that hate him to their face. You can't get around this. We're all going to be in the judgment seat. We're all going to go face to face like you do when you go apply for your food stamps and your welfare and your Section 8. You got to go face to face with all these devils out here. Well, you're going to go face to face with the King and the Heavenly Father. Deuteronomy 7 and 10. And repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. That sounds so sweet. I'm going to read it again. Deuteronomy 7, verse 10. And repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. Again, vocab Malone, G-Man, all you so-called scoffers out there. I mean, there's so many to name, but I just named them too because I've seen the videos of them marking our brothers out there. You're going to have to go face to face, and you're going to have to explain as per Matthew 12:36 and 37th chapter. But by the words, you're going to be condemned. Point blank and period. So keep your scarf and keep mocking the men of the Most High. Because soon the King's going to be here. And he's got a seat for you in the lake of fire. because you're going to have to go face to face with him. Again, I'm going to read that again, Deuteronomy 7 and 10. And repay them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. That's cut and dry. Let's go to Proverbs. First chapter, starting at 26th verse. Proverbs 1, verse 26. Salakia. Proverbs 1, verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahawah. They were none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. When the shit hits the fan out here, when Jacob's troubles start, and you start, oh Jesus, and everybody starts seeking your brothers out there and trying to get counsel and guidance. What does the Most High says and Yahawashi says? Proverbs 1 and 26. I will also laugh at your calamity, and I will mock you when your fear cometh. He's going to be laughing at you, because when he called you, you turned away from him. So as he's going to turn away from you. And as Proverbs, 29 and 8, if you turn your ears from him and the Lord, even your prayers are abomination. I mean, it's just cut and dry. Yeah, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock you when your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then they shall call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Until you call for that face to face. Then you're gonna have to explain before he puts you to death. Thus said the Lord, thus said the Bible. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 13th chapter, starting at the 9th verse. Isaiah 13 and 9. Behold, the day of Yahawah cometh cruel with wrath and a fierce anger to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Isaiah 13 verse 9. Behold, the day of Yahawah cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof of it. Verse 11. I'm going to drop down to verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil. But wait a minute. I thought everybody was, so God so loved the world. Read Isaiah 13:11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and to lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man of gold wedge of offering. That's the man of Israel, the men of Israel, the 1/3 that I tell you is going to try through silver and gold. That's the man that he's talking about, make precious finer than gold. Verse 13, Isaiah 13:13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Most High, Yahawah of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be, verse 14, and it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people. They shall every man turn to their own. So all you mixed marriages and all you mixed couples and all that, dealing with those heathen women, everybody's going to their own people when the Yahawashi comes with his judgment against this wicked ass land. And every man shall turn to his own people and flee everyone into their own land. Case in point. Everyone, verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through by swords of the Most High, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. That point I just brought across. If you're with the heathen, you're gonna pay with the heathen. And everybody has questions about the children. Oh no, but the Most High and Hamashiach Yahawashi, His love and peace. Isaiah 13 verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. It's only fair. That's what you did to our forefathers. Dashing, cutting up the women, the pregnant women, taking the baby, smashing their heads against stones, feeding our people to alligators and the sharks. You're going to reap what you sow. Galatians 6 and 7. Isaiah 13 verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. That's judgment of the Most High coming. So when you talk about your wives and your children, all you heathen nations and all Israel, 2/3 club, read Isaiah 13 chapter, because your judgment is all written in here. Let's go to Psalms 6 chapter, starting at the 9th verse. Salakia. No, Psalm 91. Salakia. Psalm 91. This is starting at the 4th verse. Psalm 91 verse 4. This is for us that are living righteously through the spirit of BahaSham Yahawashi. Psalm 91 and 4 reads, and he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His trust shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrows that fly by day. The missiles, if you're in truth of the Most High and you're living righteously and by the law, statutes, and commandments, he's telling us right here, don't be afraid of what's going to happen. I'm going to read it again. 91 verse 5, thou shalt not be afraid by the terror by night, nor the arrows that fly by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Verse 7, 91 verse 7, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Read it again, 91 verse 7, 1,000 shall fall at thy side. This is during Jacob's trouble, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Verse 8, only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. 91 verse 8, only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward. When we're up on those chariots looking down and watching the nuclear destruction come into the world, we're going to see the destruction of the wicked. Thus said the Lord, thus said the Bible. Verse 9, because thou hast made Yahawah, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. If you're living righteously to the law, statutes, commandments, don't worry about what's coming through Jacob's trouble. Don't waver. Don't doubt. Don't doubt the Most High. He'll protect you living righteously through his law, statutes, commandments. 91 and verse 10. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. I'm going to read that again. Psalm 91 verse 10. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Verse 11. 91 verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. I mean, that's something that we should rejoice and be happy. If you're truly living your life through the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, stepping away out of this world, forsaking everything in this wicked world. This is a promise that 91 verse, no evil shall befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. As in the first Exodus, when they marked the posts with the blood, and the angels of death just bypassed, same thing. Nothing's going to come near you if you're living righteously. But all you evil and wicked people, and all you mockers and scoffers, and all you judgments coming. Let's go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel 5th chapter, starting with the 15th verse. Ezekiel 5 and 15th verse. Read, so it shall be a reproach and a taunt, an instruction and astonishment unto the nations that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgment in thee, in anger and in fury, and in furious rebukes. I, Yahawah, have spoken it. When I shall send upon them evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. Verse 17, Ezekiel 5 and 17. So will I send upon your famine and evil breaths, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, Yahawah, have spoken it. Who spoken it? Yahawah, BahaSham, Yahawashi. Tell you, all you evil people and all you mockers and scoffers, you're going to have your face-to-face with the Most High and the King. Don't get mad at the messenger. Voice your opinion on your face-to-face, because you're scheduled for one. We all are, as I previously read. Let's go to Amos. To include that, speaking about those famines, let's go to Amos 8, starting with the 11th verse. Amos 8, verse 11. Behold, the day come, saith Yahawah thy power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the word of Yahawah. Read that again, Amos 8 and 11. Amos 8, verse 11. Behold, the day comes, saith Yahawah thy power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst of water, but of hearing the word of Yahawah. Amos 8 and 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahawah, and shall not find it. All you scoffers and all you wicked ass people coming against the true prophets and men of the Most High, that are putting that word out there through the spirit of BahaSham, Yahawashi, the Most High says he's going to bring a famine of the word. Soon you ain't going to see no prophets out there. You ain't going to be able to see no videos, because as you see, these devils are already putting down, taking videos down, playing with the views, just casting his wickedness out here. But it's all through the spirit of BahaSham, Yahawashi. I'm going to read that again for everybody to understand that. Amos 8 and 11, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahawah thy power, that I will send a famine in the land. So this is all through the spirit of BahaSham, Yahawashi that's sending this famine. Not of bread, nor of water, but of hearing the word of Yahawah. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahawah, and ye shall not find it. All praise and glory to Yahawah, BahaSham, Yahawashi. With that, I'll bring this to a close. Endure to the end, Israel. Shalawam.